Good morning, children. Previous class we were discussing about the different types of connective tissues of animal tissues, and in that we completed some of the connective tissues and we started blood. So blood is a type of connective tissue, but it is unique of all other connective tissues. Why it is there like that means, you know that blood contains two important components, that is liquid portion which we call it as a plasma, which is the matrix, in which the second component, that is different blood cells, are freely flowing, and all these three different types of cells are performing different functions. So the blood is performing different functions. So RBC present in blood, they are going to help in carrying oxygen as well as carbon dioxide. Means hemoglobin is present, so it takes place in respiration. And WBC, now we are going to continue that one, and platelets are there. Okay, so different types of cells are present and all the cells are freely flowing in the plasma. So the blood is called a fluid connective tissue. It is in fluid form. Okay, so all that components of the blood are helping in performing different functions in our body. Is it clear to you? So plasma contains inorganic and organic components. Like organic components, you can take glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerol, etc. Then inorganic components, some waste materials, carbon dioxide, then urea, etc. Is it clear to you? Apart from that, some clotting factors are also present in plasma. Is it clear to you? So that's why the blood is unique of all other connective tissues. So the blood is called as fluid connective tissue. So now coming to the cells of the blood, RBC. So RBC are also called as erythrocytes. They are produced in bone marrow. So in embryonic conditions, they are produced in the spleen. Is it clear to children? Then the RBC contain hemoglobin, because of that only they are red in color. And RBC takes part in respiration. Respiration means to carry the oxygen as well as carbon dioxide. So each and every cell is supplied with the oxygen, that is because of hemoglobin. Is it clear to children? So this RBC are not having nucleus. So that in llama and camel, so they do not have. So even we people are also without nuclei, we are going to observe. Is it clear to children? So camel and llama have nucleus without RBC. The nucleus is absent in RBC in camel and llama. Is it clear to children? So like that we completed. And second type of blood cells, if we see WBC, so three types of blood cells. We know that RBC we completed. So now WBC, and third type is platelets, which we call blood platelets also. So WBC is of two types. So before we go for that the types of WBC, WBC are also called as leukocytes. Leukocytes. Leuco means whitened, colorless. Okay, why? Because they do not have hemoglobin. Is it clear to you? Then the leukocytes are less in number. Less in number when compared with RBC. Is it clear to you? Then the WBC are produced again in bone marrow, and production of WBC is called as a leukopoiesis. Leukopoiesis. Is it clear to you? And now you are going to learn about the types of WBC. So how many types of WBC are there? So you know that two types of WBC. One is said to be granulocytes. Granulocytes, and second one is agranulocytes. Granulocytes and the agranulocytes. Why this name? Already we discussed. So if we observe the WBC of this granulocytes, so along with nucleus in the cytoplasm we are going to observe granular substances. Okay, granule-like substances we are going to observe. So that's why they are called as the granulocytes. In the cytoplasm, that granular protein material. So proteins are present in the form of granules in cytoplasm of granulocytes. That's why that name. Whereas in agranulocytes, we are not going to observe any granules. Just simply cytoplasm we are going to observe. Is it clear to children? That's why the name agranulocytes. So now granulocytes, how many, and what is the function of these granulocytes? So if we see these granulocytes, they are of three types. One is said to be neutrophils, then acidophils, or eosinophils. So I will write next. Basophils I will write. Basophils. Third one, acidophils or eosinophils. Eosinophils. Is it clear to you? So the granulocytes of WBC, if we observe, they are of three types: neutrophils, basophils, acidophils. Why the name, children? So these acidophils, they are seen under the microscope by using acid stain, and here basophils are observed with the basic stain. Okay, stain means coloring material whichever can make us to see the parts of that particular cell under the microscope clearly. Neutrophils, they are observed with the neutral dyes. Is it clear to children? So that's why the names like this. So now here all these types of granulocytes, basically what do they do? What is the use? Already we learned all the cells are performing different functions. So what do they do? They are going to help in attacking microorganisms. So any pathogens, when they are going to enter into the body, they can catch hold of them, they can control them, and they are going to destroy. So that what will happen, children? So our body is very much healthy. Is it clear to you? All the time we are not getting diseases. Why? Because immunity, natural power is there against the diseases. That is happening because of WBC. Is it clear to children? So we are maintaining our immunity naturally. That is because of this granulocytes and agranulocytes of WBC. So all the granulocytes, what do? They are going to control or attack and destroy the microorganisms. So here pathogens which are responsible for different kinds of diseases. So now neutrophils, if we take, what do? So any kind of bacterial diseases when we are suffering. So bacteria, when they enter into the body through drinking contaminated water or taking contaminated food or breathing air whichever is contaminated, so the pathogens are going to be entering into the body. Okay, so here all kinds of bacterial diseases are controlled. Bacterial diseases will be controlled. So neutrophils are helping in controlling bacterial infections. Is it clear to you? So what kind of bacterial infections you are observing? Like cholera, typhoid, 8th class we learned different kinds of diseases, no children? So all these bacterial infections are naturally controlled. Okay, you will be observing sometimes if you are visiting a marriage, any function, okay, or jatara like that. Some group of people, they are going to be getting infected because of vomitings or motions, suffering you will be observing. Other people, they are not. Why it is happening there like that? So people, those are not able to maintaining this immunity, they will be getting infected, okay, with that conditions. Whereas the people who are very much strong in health wise, immunity is more, this neutrophils, when they attack and when they control that pathogen responsible for vomitings or motions, then the disease will be not seen. Is it clear to children? So all kinds of bacterial infections will be controlled by neutrophils. Is it clear to you? So that's why this neutrophils are called as a microscopic policeman. Neutrophils. So what do we call them? Means they are called as a microscopic policeman. Is it clear to you? So these neutrophils are called as a microscopic policemen of our body. Is it because they are going to help in controlling this bacterial infections. Is it clear to children? Then coming to the next point here, even basophils and acidophils. So when we are suffering from allergic conditions like dust allergy or any other kinds of allergies, foreign materials, when they enter into our body, what is going to happen? We sneeze or cough continuously. Is it not? At that time, the number of eosinophils are going to be increased, so that what will happen means they help in controlling that infections. Is it clear to you? So like that, even basophils are also going to help in controlling the bacterial infections. Is it clear to children? Then coming to the next point here, now we will come to this agranulocytes. So these agranulocytes are of two types. Is it clear to you? So what are the two types of agranulocytes? One is said to be lymphocytes. And other one is said to be monocytes. Is it clear to you? So two types of agranulocytes are present in the WBC. So what do they do? These monocytes are going to move like amoeba. Amoeba, you know how it moves. It is not having any locomotory organs. Just pseudopodia are helping in moving that microscopic organism. Is it not, children? So in our body, these monocytes are moving just like amoeba, and they are going to control, or they are going to attack any kind of pathogen which enter into the body and destroy it, and engulfing. They are going to engulf. Engulf means they are going to be digesting that pathogen also. Is it clear to children? So that's why these monocytes are called as a scavengers. So for bits you will get, children, microscopic policemen of our body or scavengers of our body. Like that you will be given a question. Is it clear to you? So these monocytes are moving like amoeba, and they are going to catch hold of any pathogen whichever is going to enter and attack them. So fighting is going on between those two, and finally they are going to engulf them. They are going to destroy them. So in that way they are going to act as the scavengers of our body. Then what is the function of these lymphocytes? So lymphocytes always are helping in producing antibodies. So these lymphocytes produce antibodies in our body. Antibodies are produced means what? So sometimes we are observing not getting affected with the diseases. Okay. So why it is happening there like that? Best example I can give corona only. So in a family many people they are attacked with corona. Is it not? Maybe one or two people might have got. So other people they are not getting. Why it is there like that? So these lymphocytes are going to produce antibodies. And what is the function of these antibodies means? The antibodies are helping in identifying that particular pathogen, and that will be controlled. Okay. So it can be killed. Is it clear? So what are antibodies means? Antibodies are, even antigens are also nothing but proteins. Is it clear to children? Which we are going to maintain or which we are going to protect our body against the diseases. Okay, proteins, those proteins are made through the food, nutritious food which we are taking. So that is the reason it is very important to know the importance of nutrition. Okay, so they are producing antibodies, and the antibodies are going to help in identifying the foreign materials. Foreign materials here any kind, okay, any kind of harmful agents which enter into our body through water or through air or through food or any vectors. So then these antibodies are going to help in controlling the particular kinds of diseases. Is it clear to children? So like that here all the WBC granulocytes or agranulocytes are going to perform different functions. Okay, viral infections, bacterial infections, or that protozoan parasitic infections, all that will be controlled because of this different kinds of granulocytes or agranulocytes. Basically they help in maintaining the immunity of our body. Is it clear to children? Immunity, strength against the diseases. So now what you important point. So when they are going to help in defending our body from the pathogens, at that time some of the WBC are getting destroyed. You know that viral load like that you will be observing nowadays in reports like what does it mean? The pathogen count when it increases in our body, or this WBC number when it increases in our body. Sometimes only. Is it clear to you? So comparatively WBC are less with RBC. Okay, by chance when the pathogens are going to enter into our body, obviously that number will increase, and that will help in controlling the pathogens. Is it clear to you? So in that way the WBC are going to help in protecting our body from disease causing microorganisms. Is it clear to you? So during that action what is going to happen? Some of the WBC are dying, destroyed, because of these pathogens. Sometimes when fighting is going on between two countries, you know that. So anywhere if you are observing who will win, we don't know, no children. So in our body also it depends upon the immunity of our body. So sometimes our body fails to function. So then that the WBC are getting dying. Then when they die, what will happen means, so the dead WBC are coming out of our body from the wounds or injuries, or they will reach the what is that you learnt in first lesson, that lysosomes, where they are called as the graveyard for RBC like. Is it clear to you? So dead RBC are going to reach there. So WBC, dead WBC, they are going to be sent out of the body through wounds or injuries in the form of pus. In Telugu we call it as cheemu. No children, గాయమైనప్పుడు మనకి colorless fluid, it will be oozing out. Is it not? So that is nothing but dead RBC, dead WBC. Is it clear to you? So like that the WBC are going to help in protecting our body against the disease causing organisms. Is it clear to you? And you have to remember here WBC are less in number when compared with RBC. Is it clear to you? Then some of the WBC number will be increasing in the time of fighting between pathogens and our body health. Is it clear to children? So like that here it is happening. So body defense is because of WBC. This point you have to remember. So now we will come to the next type, that is platelets. Now we will discuss about platelets. So platelets are said to be third group of blood cells, RBC, WBC and platelets, and they are separate and they do not have nucleus, no nucleus. So in the cells, these platelets do not have a nucleus. Then they are having disc-like projections. Even they also move like amoeba. And what is the function of these platelets? In what way they are going to help our body? So these platelets are helping in clot formation, blood clotting. I will write blood clotting. Why blood has to clot? So whenever we get any injury or when we met with accident, what will happen? Severe bleeding we will be observing. Is it not, children? So what will happen if severe bleeding is there seen? Then the vital organs cannot function. They stop functioning. Is it not? So because of that, what will happen? Sometimes it is not good or the victim cannot survive. Is it clear to you? So to avoid that, naturally what is happening? Wherever we got injury at that time, the clot formation is happening. So even you also might have observed whenever you are playing or jumping. So when you are cycling, by chance if you fell down, so you are going to observe your hands or limbs, hands and legs. So they may got injury. So wherever you got injury, you will be observing bleeding. So after few minutes, the bleeding will be stopped. Is it not? Have you observed? Yes. So how that stopping of bleeding is happening? That is because of platelets. Is it clear to children? Everybody understood? So now blood clotting is happening. What is the use? Why it should happen? To protect the victim from dangerous condition. Is it clear to you? So that is the reason you will be observing golden hour like. So whenever you are observing like road accident, so when the victim is taken to the hospital, they will be telling. So if you have brought that victim 1 hour before, we would have saved like that. Why it is there like that? Blood is very important because it is performing different functions. Is it not, children? So this loss of blood, if it is there, then we cannot survive. So to stop the loss of blood from the body, these platelets are naturally helping in forming of a blood clotting. Is it clear to children? So that blood clotting will help in further damage to the body. They contain some proteins. Okay, proteins are present. Clotting factors are there which help in clot formation, so that the bleeding from the wounded places will be stopped. So in that way, the platelets are going to help and prevent the loss of blood from the body. So what are the proteins present here? So they contain a protein prothrombin, and thrombin. So these are the proteins. With the help of some enzymes, they are going to entangle with the RBC, and that helps in the formation of blood clot, children. Okay, fibrinogen, thrombokinase, like that. Some enzymes are there. They are going to help in making the blood clot. Is it clear to you? So about that clot formation you will learn in 10th class. So what is the function of platelets? Means platelets help in the formation of blood clot, which prevents the loss of blood from the body. Is it clear to you? So they contain proteins which help in clot formation, so that the person will be in a safe hand. Is it clear to children? So in that way, the 3 different blood cells are going to help in performing different functions, and all these cells are freely flowing in the plasma. So the plasma is called the blood is, that's why it is called as a fluid connective tissue. Is it clear to children? Now we'll continue our lesson. So we learned blood as a fluid connective tissue. So different functions are going to be carried out because of blood and blood cells. That also you learned. You know that all of our blood will be red in color, and you know that what is that in a family. So different blood groups we are observing, is it not? So why should we learn about this blood groups? Who studied about these blood groups? Then what will happen if we take the blood or blood group of one person, or if we donate the blood group of one to others which is of different, then what are the consequences? All that we are going to learn. Is it clear to children? So for the first time, who studied about the blood groups? Means in 1900, Carl Landsteiner studied about the blood, okay, and different blood groups. Is it clear to you? So Carl Landsteiner in 1900 studied about the different blood groups, okay. So you know that animals, if we observe lion, tiger or any other mammal, if we see, blood of them also will be in red color only, and all human beings blood also will be red in color. So if you say, are we related? Means we can say that not. Like, why it is there like that? Because we have different types of blood groups. Okay. So about that blood groups, and why should we learn about different blood groups, and how we can know our blood group, all that we will discuss tomorrow. Is it clear to you? And the study of blood, what do we call? So the study of blood is called hematology. Study of blood is called as a hematology. So about this different blood groups we will discuss tomorrow's class. So till that time we read the lesson thoroughly, so that you can if you have any doubts, you can ask your teacher. So different blood groups we will discuss tomorrow. So in animal tissues lesson, you learned about the different types of tissues. So what are those tissues you learned, children? So you learned about epithelial tissue, then muscle tissue, nervous tissue, different types of connective tissues also you learned, like areolar tissue, adipose tissue, then bone, tendon, ligament, cartilage, now blood. So about these blood groups we will discuss tomorrow.